Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra, and today I am making over a tiny nook and turning it into a home office. I'm sure so many of you are working from home and are trying to figure out how to make your workspace, work in a tiny space. So I hope you get lots of inspiration from this video. I want to give a huge shout out to Behr for sponsoring today's video. I cannot wait to use their paint to create a really quirky and colorful accent wall in this space. But for now, let's get started. So today we're at my friend Jess's home. It's a stunning home in the east end of Toronto, and she has a guest bedroom that has this little nook, which is perfect for her to have a little at-home workspace. Right now, her and her husband are working side by side, and I'm sure so many of you can relate to living with someone and trying to work from home. She needs her own space. Jess loves color, she loves pattern, and she really wants this space to be reflective of her personality. So I'm thinking bright, bold colors, lots of art, a beautiful big desktop. And this makeover is just using a few different pieces to quite literally turn this entire nook into a workspace. I truly believe you can create a workspace anywhere in your home, even if you live in a tiny studio apartment. It's just like thinking outside the box a little. Take my closet office. I turned my living room closet into a tiny little office. I'm gonna link that video up here. This was such an easy transformation and really proof that if you need a workspace, you will find a place for it. So the first thing we're gonna do is start on that accent wall. I've said this before, but I think if you're working with a small space like a powder room, a nook like this, you should just have fun with it. We actually found an art piece on Pinterest, and we're using this art piece to create our own version of it on the wall as an accent wall. So that's my first tip. If you don't know where to start, if you're like, I don't know what accent wall I want to do, I don't know how to make this look fun, go on Pinterest or Society6 or Minted or any of those art stores and just pull inspiration from all the art on those sites. So the first step to this accent wall is you want to use a level and painter's tape to draw a straight line, I would say a little over the middle line of the wall. I kind of did this backwards. I put the painter's tape up first, and then I had Alana come in and level it. Really, just do it the other way. Level it out, use a pencil to draw a really faint line across the wall, and then put your tape down. So now it's time to paint. This paint color is bold and beautiful. It's like a burnt orange, very autumnal. What is that word? Autumnal? It's got really good fall vibes. Love it. Actually, I just realized I'm kind of matching the paint with my outfit choice, basically the color of my nails. That may or may not have been on purpose. I'm so excited to be working with Behr on this video. They just released the 2021 color palette. It is so beautiful and filled with lots of neutral colors that are still quite bold. I know that sounds contradictory, but these colors make such an impact and a statement in a small space. So I'm using Kalahari Sunset for the bottom half of this accent wall. It's like a burnt orange. It's so beautiful. It's very rich. And I feel like this is a color that is a bold choice, but is something that is completely timeless. And I hope Jess won't get tired of it too quickly. I'm using Behr Ultra Scuff Defense Interior Paint and Primer. And what I love about this product is that it is perfect for a high traffic area like an entryway or a home office like we're doing today. I've used it in my bedroom. I will link that video up here to create a faux wallpaper effect with paint. You don't need to use a primer. You can just put the color straight on the wall, and it covers up scuffs and other marks that are already existing on your wall, which is amazing. It's now available in multiple sheens. So we are using the flat finish in this office, and I love how it dried. So matte, but it has the durability of a gloss paint. I've been loving experimenting with all of these colors in the Behr Color Trends palette, but I also understand that choosing a bold color like this one can be kind of scary and kind of daunting. So Behr offers a whole program on their website called the Behr Color Studio, and there's so many tools that I love to use. So the Color Smart tool is like their whole library of colors separated into different colors. So let's say you go to the red tab, you click a color, it brings up the product details, and then it shows you other colors that are going to match with that color. So you can find a great color for your trim, for your ceiling, for your walls, and you don't have to like stress about it. Because I know that there's so many whites, there's so many reds, there's so many blues. The Color Smart tool makes it really easy for you. Another tool I love is Behr's Paint Your Place tool. You can upload a photo of your room and then the software puts the color on your wall. So you know what you're getting before you actually buy the color and start to paint your whole wall, a bold accent color. If you want to check out any of those tools or see any of the other colors from Behr's 2021 Color Trends palette, I will link all the info down below. It looks so good. Not a color I would normally pick, but it's just so impactful and I'm twinning with the wall right now. So good. So I'm going to have a little break, have some lunch, and then we're gonna move on to the top half of the accent wall. Okay, so now we are moving on to the top of the accent wall, and I'm using a sponge. You guys know this is my fun hack for creating lines or dots on your wall. I did this in my friend Teresa's bathroom. I will link that video up here. It was so fun, and so many of you guys have recreated it in your own spaces. So we're just taking a sponge. I've cut two different sizes, so one larger kind of oval, another kind of circular one. I'm using Behr's color Broadway. It's kind of like a charcoal gray black. It's not like a pure black, it's a bit lighter. And I'm just stamping all of these varying shapes all along the wall. The dots are done. They're so fun. Also, it looks exactly like our inspiration photo, which is amazing. The red orange is almost dry, so I'm gonna take the tape off the top and the sides, and then I'm gonna continue the dots down onto the red. I think it's gonna make this accent wall look more dimensional. Let's do it. Let's just like compare my accent wall to our inspo photo. Pretty identical. It was like I was just creating an art piece on the wall. It was amazing. So now that that accent wall is done, I am moving over to the left side of the wall. You guys will notice that there's like an electrical panel here. I needed to find a smart way to cover this so they could access the electrical panel whenever they needed to. I'm doing a little DIY using a dowel, a roll of brown paper, like craft paper, and 2 leather handles. And I'm just going to put it on this wall so Jess has a place where she can write memos, lists, to-dos, all of that stuff, and it covers up this electrical panel. Look at that. Such an easy DIY and so functional. So now it's time to bring in the desk. My tip for creating an inexpensive but like large workspace is not to just go and buy a brand new desk, it's to DIY your own workspace. So for your DIY desk, you wanna get legs. Jess already had these legs. I love them. They're from IKEA. They look like they belong in a workshop. They've got a cool vibe to them. And the great thing about these legs is that you can put any top you want on top of them. So we went to Home Depot, we grabbed a large piece of plywood and we had them cut it down to size. The key here is getting it like exactly the size of your little nook. So it looks intentional and it looks like a really expensive custom desk, when in reality, it's just 2 legs and a piece of plywood. I really like how it's kind of got that like very natural, organic feel to it, but I'm gonna seal it, which means that Jess can clean the top of it, she can put cups on it and not worry about it making like ring marks. It's just a clear lacquer from Home Depot and I'm using a tiny roller brush to put it on. I think you'll need about like 1 to 2 coats of this stuff, but it's really good for sealing like untreated natural wood. Even if you paint the top, use a sealant on top of the paint. So we're bringing the desk in, it looks so good. And suddenly this nook is not a storage zone, it is a workspace. It looks like it was just always meant to be here. I wanna work with this little desk. Also, I'm obsessed with how much space there is. And I think that's proof that when you get something custom or when you build your own desk, you have that flexibility, and yeah, you can make it fill the whole space. I like how the wood looks raw. It looks so good. Now it's time for the finishing touches. I knew I wanted lots of art in here. A wall calendar. And I find that especially right now, taking that extra time and care to just bring in some greenery, some artwork into your workspace makes all the difference. The office nook is done. I am thrilled with how this turned out. Just like simple changes that totally transformed this space. But we're gonna bring in Jess, see what she thinks. I hope she likes it, because if she doesn't, that would be really unfortunate. Let's bring her in. Okay, so let's take a look at what this little nook looked like before. White, very white. All white walls. It was an empty storage area. Yep. And look at it now.
I would never have thought to do that. I never have. This is perfect. Oh, it's so pretty. I have a space to work. Yes. Oh, we don't have to look at that ugly thing anymore.
So you can write your to-dos.
Oh, it looks so good. I love it. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Distant hug.
So fun, so much pattern. And now Jess has somewhere just for her that she can work every single day. Thank you so much to Bear for sponsoring this video, for making it happen. Make sure you guys go and check out their 2021 Color Trends palette, link down below, and all those awesome tools on their website, and have fun with it. Choose a bold color, you won't regret it. Look at me, I'm like branching out of my comfort pink zone. You know, I used to paint everything pink, now I go with like burnt oranges. Who am I? I don't know. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. You don't wanna miss an episode. We have so many fun makeovers coming at you. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.